Hello folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the last restoration video, that is, until next year. This is the end of year video now until the Christmas one. And what I've done is the Chipperfields crane truck, and as you remember, old Nick crap old Nick did this one a few videos back and did a very nice job of it. And I have one here, what my mate sent me from Cornwall, and I thought, well, yeah, I'll have a go at that one. So that's today's video. But before we get into that, as usual, I'll give a quick mention to a few you guys out there. Barry Shaxson, George's Miniature Cars, Mick Keane, Mark Davis, Metal Grew 01, Jeff Baker, Ralph Coolin, Jeff Ross, Tim Burnett, Shuey 08, and Michael Manley. Thank you everyone for all your nice remarks and all that. Right, let's get into a few comments that's been left by a few subscribers here. Blimey Bob, you did a brilliant job, restoration job on this one, on about the old Bentley, what the last video. I didn't think that would be a very popular video, seeing I've already done one, but there you go. Don't stop the yupping at the beginning. No, don't worry, I won't. It's all part of enjoying the video. Was the filler I used on the Bentley ordinary car body filler, or was it a special modeler's filler? Well, it was the I don't know if I've got it here handy. What it is I'll show you what it is if I can find it. Yeah, I've got it. It's the Umbro, actually. That one there. You don't have to do any mixing with it. You just make sure your top's on afterwards, because it will, it will harden up and you'll be useless after that. So you don't do any mixing with it. It looks like car filler, but it's a very fine sort of stuff. But it's a bugger to get off your fingers. So if you use your finger, you've got to use your fingers sometimes to do it, to smooth it. But it is a right pig to get off your fingers. It sticks like shit to a blanket, it's horrible stuff. But yeah, that's the stuff I use, a Umbro model filler or something it's called. But you just type in Umbro filler on eBay and you'll see it. It's like a greenish packet on it. That's the stuff I use for it. But I had to put a bit of that on the roof, because the roof was pretty bad. There's a few little dimples and things like that. Great tip about making your own sanding discs. Oh yeah, I cuts around a bit of sandpaper, don't I? The old emery paper. But they don't last long, but they do a bloody good job when you're using them. They smooth it out really nice. All these things help those of us who are just starting out in the hobby. I'm curious about what size rivets you use and who I get them off. Well, I get all my stuff from Model Supplies or Dinky Club, places like that really. And any other like pot rivets that do it, 2.5 mil pot rivets, you can pop they off. Depends how big a model is. That's what depends on the size, but you can get most of your rivets from Dinky Club or Model Supplies. That's where I get most of my stuff. It's in the description down there, Model Supplies email or website link. Also, could you tell us what paint you use? Well, I use any paint, whatever I can get my hands on really, mate. Car paint, ordinary car spray paint, any paint, cheapest I can find. The cheapest paint you can buy. It's usually iCoat I get. That's the usual brand that Trago sells. But I'll get whatever's going. If it, bargain shop paint, pound cans, and whatever. Sorry for asking so many questions. I'm slowly watching through your older videos and looking forward to your next one. Take care. All the best to you and Mrs. Bob. Regards, Peter. Well, thanks, Pete. That's all right. I'd rather people did ask questions like this. Because I like to try and help where I can. Keith Davies, what a transformation. It just goes to show what a layer of paint can hide. Great result. I don't know what you meant by that. Whether you meant before I stripped it or what I did afterwards. Probably what I did afterwards. Yeah, the paint, it did cover up a lot of crap. That casting was in very bad condition, but I managed to cover it up again. But I did treat it, obviously. And John Davies says, hi Bob. Oh, he's on about your comment, Keith. Keith, it takes a lot more than a coat of paint. So there you go. Yes, Bob. A soap purse out of sow's ear. You've done at least one of these in the past, and I don't remember the casting being anywhere as rough as this one. This is the worst one I've had. Now there has to be a reason why you have 3 Astons in the background. Not really. Don't get your hopes up, mate. Nah, there's no reason. I just had them lying around. I've been working on each one individually, in what time I had. they're still not finished now. I've just chucked them all back in the drawer now, and they still need little things doing to them just to get them right. Hope your wrist continues to improve, and hope the good lady has the news we all want to hear. Yeah, I'm waiting for that still. My wrist is a little bit better, but it ain't perfect. I can't put a lot of pressure on it. It's not right. I don't know what's wrong with it. It shoots right up my arm now. Robert Sterling. Hi Bob, that black paint was sure hiding a mess. Bloody was. The time you spent in the bodywork sure paid off. Making it a wedding car was a great idea. What a difference. Hard to believe it's almost time for Christmas year-end wrap-up. Nice to see the subscribers getting up. Keep up the good work. Thanks a lot, Rob. David Yates. He says, Bob, what can I say? Just brilliant. 10 out of 10. Think if I found one like that, it would have been put straight in the bin. Yeah, it makes you feel like that sometimes, but you know, everything's I can't say the word. Rescuable. Yeah, rescuable is it? I don't know. Everything can be rescued in some sort of way, you know. I mean, if it was really, 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 really bad, let's say the roof was like disintegrated, you could make an open top out of it, you know. You only need a bit of imagination. Anyway, let's get on. We've got a long message here. Colin Price. They must have allowed booze on the floor at the Swansea factory the day this was cast. That alloy didn't want to be there at all. Ta-da! Here comes Corgi Super Bowl. Fair play. You give an honest opinion and then hammer, sand and polish it until it becomes a worthwhile model. I reckon if we sent Bob a brick, he would get it free rolling with a smooth metallic paint job and rhinestone lights. I gotta shoot off a minute. The bin men's outside. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to make sure he was going to take the empty bottles, beer bottles. I had them in a bag instead of in the thing, like, you know. They're a bit fussy, but they took them. Anyway, let's get on with Colin. Yeah, Colin. Smooth metallic paint job. Yeah. Bob Willis, Wizard of Die-Cast Restoration. I don't know about that. Good on you, Bob, as always, mate. You know I'm pulling you late. I've watched loads of vids, but I've stopped searching now because, as between you, your good self, Martin, Darren, Krakow, Nick, there's no skill we subscribers can't learn from you all. Massive thanks, Bob. I've actually managed to sell a resto completed. Now in a collection in Belgium. Well done, mate. Well done, Cole. That's what you're going to do. Get them back to, you know, if you can sell one, then you know you've done a good job. I couldn't imagine that when I stumbled across your channel, all thanks to your advice, patience and willingness to talk about the hobby on the emails. I'm not in it for selling, but it's a great worthwhile hobby. Well, yeah, it is. When money is being asked and that, and it's sold for a good fair price, you know, I mean, well, yeah, that's what makes it worthwhile. Like, if you can sell one of them, I mean, if you've got like 2 or 3, you don't want 2 or 3 the same thing, like, you know, I mean, that's what I do with these Astons. I'll put them on eBay now and again, like, you know, but I've got to get them perfect before I do, because I want them working properly, I want the functions working properly, and that's why I, when I get hold of a few, I just do like 3 or 4 like at a time, and just fine tune them afterwards, if you know what I mean. Get the old bodies all sprayed up, and then fine tune the finer bits afterwards. But yeah, you don't want 3 or 4 of the same thing, like, so I just sell the old one, and it helps pay for all the gear, like, you know, to do some more. That's all it does for me. And wishing you, Mrs. Wood, a strong health, wealth and happiness despite the big flu spoiling our fun this Christmas. Catch you on the next video, Colin. Thanks for that, Colin. Pull trigger. Brilliant resto, Bob, and what a bloody job you had with that casting. Great job done. And that's about it. That's all the comments I've got here today. I want to do one thing here now. There's a bloke from a place called Moe, or it's near Newborough in Australia, and he's called Peter McLaren, and he saw the Shadow 2 that I'm going to do, and he's had a few of them apparently, and a few really rough ones, and he's had a go at this restoration game, and he emailed me some pictures on my email. So he's not on YouTube or anything like that, you know, to do sort of, you know, he don't do like a channel like I'm doing now, but he just sent me the pictures to get me opinion on it, and I'll tell you what, he's done a bloody good job on it. And well, Let's have a look a minute. Just have a look at this. What do you reckon? Bloody good, isn't it? Good. He's done some really good work there. The green one, the silver one, the detailing, the little decals. I think he's done a bloody good job on that. But he was worried because he'd done so much detailing. He was worried about whether he should like try and keep them. He thought he ruined them, and I thought, well, you haven't ruined them, mate. I mean, everybody's got their own taste. But if you want to do a bit more detailing, isn't he? Because Corgi and Dinky and all these people, they never bothered. It was mass production, wasn't it? I mean, you see the models that come get churned out today, in the modern stuff. It's very meticulously detailed, isn't it? It's different, isn't it? It's different machinery these days, isn't it? But in their days, they just wanted to churn them out and sell them to them, and they never detailed them very much. I think a lot of it was done by hand, and they didn't have time for it, did them. But I mean, if you want to do them like that and put your own detail, I can't see anything wrong with that. That would come out bloody brilliant. There's no way it'd been ruined. They've got to be 100% better than what they were when you started with. And I think you've done a bloody good job there, mate. I hope you don't mind me showing them, on the channel. I just thought I'd slip that in and let everybody see what you've done. And yeah, bloody good job, mate. And that's Peter McLaren from Australia. Anyway, that's it for this one, folks. I'm going to be back actually next Friday. Funny enough, I said I wouldn't do them every sort of week, but seeing this video falls like a week before Christmas, I did promise you all the Christmas video, didn't I? So next Friday will be Christmas Day. So keep your eye open. If there isn't nothing on telly, which I doubt there will be, it'll be all a load of crap again, won't it? Like it always is. It's a load of crap all the time now, isn't it? It's all bloody repeats all the time, and we watch things over and over. All these channels, they says, oh, new series of this, but all it is, it's new to that channel, but we've seen it already on a previous channel, You're just watching over and over again the same old thing. A bit like me, really. So if you're bored next Friday, Christmas Day, if you're bored Christmas Day and you want to be even more bored, tune in to Bob's Corgi Restoration channel, and you can be bored a bit more and watch me boring you to death, showing you a load of models. So till then, have a nice Christmas, everyone. Anyway, and I'll be seeing you next week, and then after that, we'll get on with the next year. There'll be another video I'll be in January sometime. We'll have another video to kick off the year. And I've got to get back out here and start making some more, because I'm out of videos now, so I might be a bit late with the second video of the year, but the first one I've got lined up. So have a nice Christmas, folks. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Right then, guys, this is what we've got today. A mate of mine in Cornwall sent me this one. I'm not too worried about this one, because it doesn't need any bits really. Everything seems to be there. I mean, this string, I've done that myself. I put that on just to show you guys what it's meant to look like when it's when you've got the old string on it. I don't know whether that's meant to hook under there, or whether you just wind it up or what, but everything's there. Nick done one of these. Crap old Nick from Jersey, and I watched this video, and it's given me a few pointers on how to go through with it. So I'm going to do this one. It's not in bad nick, actually. It's looking pretty. Suspension's alright, everything works there, it's all there. Look, the old clips is there, and I thought, yeah, I'll get on and do this one, but I'm not sure about this blue. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to a Olympic blue colour. So I shall spray these wheels Olympic blue, and I'll probably spray a bit in the can or something and try and paint this lettering on unless I can find a blue in the Humbrol range that would match that. But that's all going to have to be hand painted on afterwards. I think that's the way Nick had to do his, because it's very difficult to mask anything up doing that. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So let's get on and do this one. Okay, what I think we'll do first, I'm going to get these two drilled out and then see where we go from there. I think that's just the only two for now that needs drilling out. I'm not sure about that one, I can't remember watching the video. This pin's been loosened already, so that'll just pull out to take this apart, because I had to take that off to put the string on there just to show you guys. So I've got to undo all the string as well, and this has got to be repainted anyway, so that can be just cleaned up with the old wire brush. Same with that, and the handle. That'll only, that's a little screw there, that just comes off, so that can be sprayed all separate with this piece. So anyway, I'll get these drilled out in a minute, and then we'll go from there. Right then guys, as you see now, took the tyres off. They're not bad nick actually, them tyres are quite pliable, quite soft, so they're alright. And I did find out you had to drill that middle one out as well, because it was a bit stiff to take off, so I drilled all three of them out. It comes off nice and easily now by the looks of it. Yeah, that just lifts off. As you see there, the glass should just pop out, I think. Yeah, it's on a rivet, but it's not like it's over the top. It's just pushed onto it, so it should pop out really. But you've got to be so careful with these glass units, because the slightest twist in them and they will crack. I don't want that to happen with this one. I'm trying to push it up if I can. I think I might put a drill over the top of that actually, just to actually I wonder if I can do it by hand, just to take that a little bit of that top off. Just like that. Just to help the screen out a little bit, because it's not right over the screen anyway. Just gotta be very careful with that, because you don't want to end up cracking it. I'm gonna have to use the smaller drill, I think, for that. Now if I whack this one in me drill bit, because it ain't playing ball at the moment. So just go nice and slow with that. Well, it should come out now. Can't see anything that would hold it in there now, folks. As you can see, all the bits of crap has come out. Come on, baby. It's a stubborn old bugger, this one. I don't know what's holding it in there, because there's nothing. It's not stuck in or anything. I wonder if I better leave this for a minute, because I don't want to crack that screen. I've got that drilled out. There is a little window there on the inside. I might have a go with that in a minute as well. If I get this top part off here, I've got another rivet to do there, then it might be a bit easier. So I should do that in a minute, and I'll just drill this rivet out, this one, and then I'll bring it right back. You don't want to see me drilling all that. Right, as you can see, I've done that one, and this just pops off. It just pops off once you've done like that, see? And then you're just left with this piece. And there's a spring. I remember Nick in his video said about a spring. I don't know what that's meant to do, really. Let's get that old shingle out of the way. But I don't really know what that's meant to do. Right, now we can get to our string, so I can get all that off. There, I think they two got to come out because that's that yellow piece, and that's got to come off. And I can take all this off now. So if I get to the string a minute, where I tied it on, get it nice and loose, put all that out of the way, and I can undo the string then. As you see, it's only a little knot, but I have got plenty of string on there, so all I'm going to do with that is just snip it off. I'm not going to piddle around undoing a knot. Just going to cut it off like that. There we go, done. Because there's loads of string on there anyway, and then all that can come out. So then we've got our string out of the way, don't have to worry about that. Now, this top part, there's a little pin in there, and all it is in this side, you just got to squeeze it together, because it's like flayed or frayed or flayed, I don't know what the word is. It's flayed out a bit to stop it going through, but when you put it back together, you can either put a thing in there and try and like flay it out again, or just put a little bit of glue on it, that'll hold it. But this should come out pretty easy, this one, because I've had it out before. So we get our fingers on there, pull it out a little bit. I should be able to put it out with this one actually, these tweezers, because like I said, I have had it out before, this one. Saying that, I don't want to come out now, that, because it's being filmed. Typical. Oh well, get the heavy gear out. Just pull it out like that. There, it's gone. Didn't last long with that, did it? Then that'll just come off like that. It's in bad nick really. So I'm going to get, this is going to be sprayed up. It's going to go in the old cool stick. There's a pin there that can stay in there. That's not hurting anybody. That's only the pin that goes onto there. You know, it just clips onto the old back piece there, look. So that can stay in there. That can stay in there. I'm not bothered about that. I think if you try and bend that out, what I'll do is when I've got me, I'm going to have to put this in the tray anyway with the cool stick, and I'll just hold this and dip this and leave that piece out. I'll try and put that piece in there because I can probably get that off anyway. So that's what I'll do with that bit. I won't completely submerge that. Right, then we got the little Phillips screw on the top. We've got a screwdriver here, so that comes off quite simply like that. Keep all these bits, don't lose any of them. Then that comes off, and then you've got all this stuff here. I'm not sure where that comes out. Gonna have to have a look at that in a minute. But that's good. Look at the muck in there. That. I'm going to take them two rivets out to get this piece off. So I'll go ahead and do that. I shan't bother showing you that. There's no need for that. This here, I'm pretty sure that if I fold a bit of the edges of that, or well, it might come off without that actually. It's just a plastic hook, but you've got to be careful you don't break it, because these hooks are not known to be bulletproof. Just wedge it over nice and gently. It should go over there like that. And before you put it, you won't get it back on because you saw how hard it was for me to get it off. So you're gonna have to file this down slightly around here so it'll slip right back on again easily. Right, this piece of glass, pain in the ass. He was a poet and didn't know it. Here it goes, that. I've managed to get it moving. That it's going to come out now without any problems, hopefully. There it goes, and there's the glass, and that's in good nick, so you don't want that cracking, because that's a really good piece of glass there. Well, it's plastic really, isn't it? Not glass, but there you go. Right, that's all ready now. I've got to drill these posts out, obviously, get them all tidied up for re-riveting. These here, no, these wheels, I think, I'm pretty sure on next video they do come out, don't they? Yeah, so that's no problem. They all come out like they got separate independent bits of wire. That one's a bit twisted there, so you'll have to, I think you can turn it, that wire, but getting the bloody things out, cool. Get out. So then all this can be, these is going to be a pain in the ass to put back in there, but they got to come out because we've got to do them a different colour, obviously. And that one looks like he's a bit, well, he looks a bit bent actually, that one. I'm going to have to straighten him up. You can see there that it is slightly bent in the middle of there, and you can tell by wheeling it along that. Look at that wheel. Look at that wheel there, that crooked. So he's going to have to be straightened up. So anyway, I'll get on with that, and then I'll be back showing you the respray. I'll show you it when I've cleaned it all up. But I've got a lot of drilling posts to set up. Oh, I've got to separate this piece as well. I think I'll do that next before going any further. I'm going to put all my bits over there then. So I'll get these two drilled out in a minute, and then I'll see how it comes apart. As you saw, I was just checking over these pieces as a closer look. I've got them all cleaned up now, so they've got to be all resprayed now. All this is all cleaned up again. This is what I'm dreading, painting this on again. That's going to be a right pain in the backside. But what I've done with this piece, because this is, I think it's only that piece. If you look there, if I get the bloody thing there, there's it on there. There's only that one piece that holds this piece to here with that spring, so I put an actual screw in there. I've screwed that. I've got a little screw I can tighten him down with. So once he's all, you know, when it's all put back together and everything's sort of all right, it should hold it a bit better than the than trying to hold it with a rivet. So the weather has been a pig because it's been raining and it's really shit, and there's been a lot of damp in the air, so I haven't attempted to just paint this yet. I know I'm in my shed and I can put the heater on, but I wanted to use the enamel red on this one, and that enamel red takes quite a bit of while to dry, so I wanted the weather to dry up slightly before I go ahead with that. I've in the meantime, I didn't dip this in the end. I just got the thing on it, the brush, the wire wheel, got all the paint off, and I polished it, so it's like it's a better finish, I think, anyway, with a bit of polish on it. The old metal polish, I got that on there. I couldn't get to the insides, that's the only snag, but I don't think you're going to see that, so I've left that as normal metal, just polished up metal. If you can see there, there's a nice shine on that. That's better than paint, so the polish should protect that, so I ain't bothered with that. I've left it as is. I've still got these bits here to clean up, you know, bits that work, the crane and all that. But apart from that, the next scene I'll show will be painting this with the enamel paint. I'm not going to undercoat it, it doesn't need undercoating. I'm going to go straight on with the enamel red, so that'll be the next bit, but we're going to have to let the weather sort itself out a bit. but you won't have to wait for that, because this video, isn't it? So it'll be in the next scene. A few seconds for you, but could be days for me. Right then, let's get the back of the wagon done. I've by the way changed my mind with the paint. I was going to use the enamel paint, but seeing the weather has been so crap, I'm using this. I found an actual tin of red, just a basic red, I think. I don't know what brand. Oh, I know the brand. I mean, I don't know what shade it is, but it'll be alright for this one. Carnival red, I think it is. I think it was Carnival red, it said on the tin. So I thought, well, this is a Chipperfield circus, like a carnival, so I'm spraying it with this. So at least this will dry quicker than the enamel. Well, that's not looking too bad. Let's get on with the actual body. Like I say, I'm showing you this bit, but I will probably have to give it a few more coats off camera before I get to the lacquering stage. This is just going to be the first coat of like 2 or 3, I should think, to take to get it right. It's not going on too bad. No, it's not too bad at all. It's looking pretty good. Right, let's do the get on and do a couple quick more flashes. Yeah, that'll do. Let's get on and do the base, and we'll like I say, it's going to be a first with like 2 or 3 coats of this. Get the old base done. I've already sprayed the toe itch part that goes in the back, yellow. I've already done that off camera, and I've also done the wheels. I've done the blue wheels. But what I'm going to have to do before I show you this again is I'm going to have to paint the lettering on the side of that square piece I showed you, the first part. So I'll have to get that done before. I'm not doing that on camera. Okay guys, well, it's all sprayed up. It ain't come out too bad, as you can see. It's a nice little shine on it now. It's been lacquered now, and the bottom piece, I put the wheels back in. I told you I already did the wheels, and I didn't do them on camera because there's such a fiddly job to do on camera. And I managed to get a screwdriver in there and in that side, and you got to sort of slot these up and sort of roll that in both at the same time, and it's such a fiddly job to do, but I've got them in anyway, so I thought that would cut a bit of time down. So that's all ready to go back together. This here, I've screwed this I screwed that back together as well. I mean, that piece just pushes through anyway. You can just push that through at the end, and it just slots in like that. And all that does, the turning thing, is just pushes through and it locates in there, and then when you screw it back together, it holds it down. So that's all ready to it needs a bit of loosening up actually, because it's been painted, you see, and it'll be alright once it's had a few turns. Yeah, it's looser already. So that's that. That's all ready to go back. So the only other thing, I've also painted the did that off camera because it's so awkward, it's so fiddly. I've done the front lights, and I've also done the actual writing on the piece that goes on the back, the Chipperfields, and I've had a few problems with that because I had to paint the writing on. When I show you it, I had to paint the writing on with enamel Humro paint, and I only had a matte version of it. I let one side dry overnight, lacquered it, you know, at the end, but the other side I painted the day after. I didn't leave it long enough to dry, and it started bloody flaking. Right, like I said, I had a bit of a to do with this, but I think I've cured it now. It's looking nice and smooth now. Only all that there, I've done the other side, and when I've done it, you've got to leave it a long time before, like at least a good 24 hours to let it harden up before spraying it. And I left this side because I'd done one side one day, and I thought I'll leave that, let that dry, because I didn't want to go accidentally touching it while I was doing the other side. So I left that. Then I've done this side, and I left it for quite a bit, a good 12 hours or so. Anyway, I thought it should be alright now. It felt, alright. I sprayed it. This side was perfect, but this side, it flaked up. I don't know if you can actually see it. There is a couple of little bits there. There, you can just see it there, look. But I mean, it is 100% better than it was. You can just see the little imperfections on the letters. But I mean, from a distance, from like sort of that far away, you can't see it. I mean, I've had enough of it. I'm not going to go through it all again, strip it and start again, because painting these letters is really time consuming. It took me a good hour. It took me, I suppose it was like 45 minutes a side, 30 to 45 minutes to do each side. So all in all, it's about an hour's worth of painting to do both sides. But I thought, I'm not bloody going through all that again. It's good enough. And well, as it happens, it didn't turn out too bad. But anyway, that's enough old yap. I did, as you see, I expect you wonder what that blue spot's for there. I did paint a bit on there to test it, and that didn't flake up, funny enough. But I think it's pretty thin on there, that's why. And that dried pretty quick. Right, the next bit, we're going to put this piece on. Now, I've already screwed this together to keep the handle in, because the handle, all the handle does, it just sort of slots in there, goes into that piece, and then once you screw that on, that sort of holds it there, sorts it out. But anyway, that piece there just pushes up through there like that. Now what I'm going to do with this, like I said, when I drilled this out, it's got to go in here, so we'll stick it where it goes. Now when I drilled this piece out, there's hardly any rivets there, let's see. There's hardly any rivet heads at all. So what I'm going to use for that, I'm going to super glue that one in there, but I'm also going to use that over the rivet heads, the epoxy stuff. So first of all, I'm going to put some glue on here, all around this bit here. Maybe a little dabble there, I don't know. I'll probably just put it around here. And then that'll just hold it in place when I click it right through the hose. And then I shall put the old resin on afterwards. So let's get a bit of glue in a minute. And we're going to have to let that piece dry then before we can do any more, if you know what I mean. Because I can't really put the rest of it together until that's sort of nicely fixed in. I think I've got the thing the right way around, have I? Yeah, I think that's the way it goes, isn't it? If it faces forward. Well, it only goes on one way anyway, I think, by the looks of it. But we'll stick a bit of glue on here. Let's get a bit on me. I'll just put a bit around here like that. I mean, that should be enough to tack it in, just to hold it in place while we do the rest of it, if you know what I mean. Just to tack it there to hold it, and then we can put the stuff on it. So we'll drop that on there like that. As it goes like that, I've got to push this down now, get it to all slot into place again. This is the awkward bit, I think. Don't want to go in there now, that. But it's got to go in there. I think that's about it. Not going to get it no better than that, folks. It just wants to come out all the time, that's the trouble, see. So there's the trouble with a lot of these models. When you get silly little rivets like that, you can't really do a lot with them. I'm just wondering if that's right in. Doesn't look like it. I should be right putting pressure on this because this has had a good week to dry. I don't think it's going to go any closer than that, folks. I think that's about it. That's nice and rigid like that because it's got the paint on it. Right, so now what I'm going to do now we've got that on there, we're going to put a little blob on each one of them of this stuff. So I'm just going to mix a bit of this up and then we'll stick some of that on. Right, we've got our epoxy. Get a little blob like that, because you ain't going to see this. And just let it fall on, because it will sort of settle itself. Make sure you get it nicely around, because it does act like a type of rivet actually. Get another bit on there. I think I better scoop a bit of that up. It looks, like unsightly in some ways, but as I said, when it settles, it ain't too bad. But when this actually goes off, it does bloody go off, I mean, there's no messing with it. And it's going to be ideal to hold that piece on. So all you got to do is, you can try and make it look like a rivet if you feel like piddling around with it, but if you're not going to see it, just plonk it on there and let it settle down, because it doesn't really matter. But I know some people, they use this to put their models back together instead of using a rivet. But I think they sort of try and round it around so it looks like an actual rivet, some of them. Some people do, some don't bother, but I'd rather use a rivet. But I mean, this has got its uses, and it's ideal for doing, like, if you're not going to be able to see it, if you've got any really narrow sort of rivet heads like this, it's ideal for jobs like this, what you're not going to actually see, because all this will be covered up when it goes back onto there, you see, so you're not going to see any of that. So right, we're going to have to let that harden up for now before I can do any more. Or I could do one thing, I suppose. I could put the glass in. That can go aside for now. I can put the glass in, and I think what I'll do with this bit of glass is get me stuff again, the old Aquamate silicone sealant. There it is. And as you know, I always use this for the screens. I haven't used this in a while, so it's a bit dried up here. Look at the end of that. It's all gone hard. But if I squeeze a bit more of that to the end, yeah, there's some good stuff there for me. Get my screen. I've got the end of it there. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit that's all. A little bit like that. And then I'm going to pull that out, and I think, and clean that thing up in a minute. But you want a little bit like that. just a little bit of insurance really. And then plonk the old screen in. See, because if at a later date you want to take this out again, you can, because it's only going to be like a rubbery stuff. And I'll just push it in with the old screwdriver like that on the desk. Oh, I cracked that. It's alright though. It's not cracked the windscreen. And then that's it. There's only a little crack there, like on that little tiny bit, but the actual screen's alright. Nothing wrong with that. So then let that dry as well. The next part is the actual assembly, and we can get this thing finally back together. Okay, as you can see, that's all dried. This is dried quite a bit now. It's dried enough for me. It's a little tacky, but it's gone solid, so we don't have to worry. I've got the rivets ready cut, as you can see. I've got all them sorted out, so we're going to put this piece onto here now. I'll take these rivets out. I've got them ready cut to size. That's for the front. That one's for the back. So now we're going to put this back. Now what happens here, we've got a spring here. If you look inside there, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little pin in there, and what it is, it's the bottom of this thing. So what you're going to do is get the little spring in there around that, then that's that job done. Now, as I said, I've got a screw there to screw this piece on, but for now we're going to put this back on here. That just rests up against that, so I'm going to screw this piece on with my little screw. Oh bugger, bloody screws again, isn't it? I always have problems with, get that out of the way. I always have problems with screws. Right, get in there. Right, he's took. So we'll screw that one back. I've got it on the right, yeah. I'm going to screw this down as tight as we can get that. Because I think it's a lot easier actually screwing it on there than it is to actually use, you know, to try and glue it on, because when it's screwed on, you know, it's going to be nice. There, that's as tight as it'll go. That's going to be a better fit, I think. There, that's not going anywhere now. That's all working. Now, before we put the bottom on this one, we're going to have to deal with the top, and we're going to have to get our bit of string threaded through and redo that knot. Now I need a cleaner end than that, don't I? As I won't get it through, or will I? I'll just wet it a bit with my tongue. It might go through the actual thing. So if we I think I should have really done what Nick done and put this thing back on before I actually, you know, tried to put this back together, but there, it's too late now. Well, then too late. I could still undo that screw again, but I don't want to. Can't be asked. Just cut it off again. Right, so now if we thread this piece through, I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly, I doubt it, but that doesn't come out the back of there anyway, so I could allow a bit more string for myself and make it easier. Put that underneath there, and now you can see the hole. Be easier actually to push down on that, because I only got to put a knot in it. Now, I don't know if you can see that hole in there, but there's a little hole in there. Push that through like that. Pliers or tweezers time. And there we go. We have liftoff. God, oh, crying out loud. All I want is the end of the bloody string, this stupid thing. Right, now we can do our little knot. Just to hold that in there. I think I'll get the old pliers to pull that. Don't think that's going to go back through. It's bad enough getting the bloody string through there, so shouldn't think it'll go back through there now. Cut that horrible bit off there. Right then, we've got our string through, so we can pull it to the end. Now, that's got to go over that bar. So when we fit this piece on, it's got to go over that bar. So what I'm going to do is hitch it back there, like that. So that when I put this in, this is the bit that's going to be is not staying there anyway. I've got to get one of these pins through first before I can do any more. Get out of the way. This is going to be the awkward bit now, folks, because you've got to get that bloody pin back in. I don't think that's open. I think I'll just put it out of the way for now. Once I get the bar in, I can piddle around and push the string over it afterwards. Right, if I get this set back to there. Right, I've got the pin there. Now we're going to get the string over the top of that bar. So, I can pull it up, or push it up, or do something. This is the awkward bit. Once you got it over that bar, you're laughing. And I ain't bloody laughing at the moment, because this is a pain in the backside. Hate fiddly things like this. Why'd you do them then? I don't know, because I'm an idiot. Come on. Push it like that and then try it. Ah, right. Got it. Just a little bit of fiddling, folks, that's all it is. And as you see now, the string's over that bar. Now we've got to get this thing through the other side. So get the pin there. Line it up. Now, I need something to bang this with. I'll use the handle of that, so I don't want to. It should go right through, see, because it's not going right through, it's not lined up. does he? I'm going to have to do this off camera, folks. I'm sorry about this, but you know what I've got to do. I've got to get that pin through the other side, and it's a lot easier if I've got it actually on my lap or doing, instead of trying to reach around this camera. I'll be back in a split sec. Right, that took me about 10 seconds. Seeing I wasn't on camera doing it. Now, this piece here, that's got to be flared out again. So I'm going to try and flare it out with my screwdriver that I bodged up. It's for Uncle periscopes, really, and all it is something like that. And I'm going to just try and see if I can flare that out slightly with that. If I can't, it's going to have to be super glued. I don't think I'll be able to do it like this. I'm going to have to put it face down or something. Hang on. Well guys, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I have slightly flared it out. I don't know if you can see that with me screwdriver, so I don't think that's going to come out again. I mean, I could glue it, but I don't really want it. It's not going anywhere, so I think that will sort that. So that's that bit done. Right, we can now wind this hook up a bit. You can see that it's all working. So we can wind him up out the way. That's all tidied up. Now the next piece is just the base plate, really, and the hook on the back. The hook. Oh, what have I done? Oh no, that's right. I didn't think it went there. Thought I balled it up for a second. The hook just plops over that. You just push him over that rivet post, and he's meant to slot in behind there, but he's being a bit of a temperamental pig at the moment. There he goes. So just push him on. You don't have to glue it or anything like that. Just push him up like that, so he fills that gap up like that. See, there, that's it. That's all you got to do with that. No gluing needed. And then all we got then is our base plate, which just slots on there, and we're almost there. Then all we got to do is put our rivets in. I think that one was the middle one, that long one, I'm pretty sure. So we'll get a bit of glue again. Use our stick, and we'll stick the middle one in first, I think. Just another little dribble. Bit in there, bit in there. Don't need tons of this stuff. Just a little dribble like that. That's enough. It is, after all, super glue. And then put our rivets in like that. One there, back one, and our front one. And we'll give them a bit of a. I better use my wooden thing just to push them home a bit. That one's alright, that one's alright. That'll hold it, because after all the weight is on top of it, it ain't going to fall off if it's underneath, is it? And that'll be enough to do that. So there, I think that's it. And also, I have got, courtesy of Mr. Nick Lemire from Jersey, crap old Nick. I reached out to him because I could not find for the life of me a box for this on my collection of boxes on the disc, what I've got. And lo and behold, he emailed me the templates for a box. And I have doctored it up a bit. It's the sides are different on this one, because I did get an original side from a box that was online and pasted it over the image that I had from Nick. But it's given me the correct size, and I knocked this one up yesterday afternoon, and it's all complete piece. This piece he actually gave me the whole scan of the box, so I was able to cut pieces off, work out the size, and I think he joined his in the middle there, but I've managed to do it so it's one complete piece, and I've actually stuck the flaps on the end instead. You see there, that it wouldn't print the flaps as well because it was only an A4 paper, so I've stuck these flaps on the ends there, let's say, printed them separate. So now we'll see if it fits. Let's just hope I've got it right. It's looking good. Yes, look at that. Perfect. Can't get no better than that. So there you go. Right, we'll look on the turntable now for the final time, and before and after. Well, here we go, folks. This is the Chipperfields crane truck, kindly sent to me by a mate of mine in Cornwall, Mr. Brett Smuda. He does a lot of restoring himself. He is a seller on eBay, and he sells very good stuff, original and restored stuff. And check him out on eBay. You'll see it. I think it's 007 or something like that, or 00 Heaven. That's it, is his eBay name. But check him out. I'll tell you what, he's got some really good stuff on there. But he sent me this one quite a while back now. Didn't need a lot doing to it. Just needed the string and a hook. I think he sent the hook actually, and a respray really. There's a bit of muck in there, but anyway, after we did our magic on it, this is what we ended up with. Nice fresh paint job. It's come out well, and the old boom there for the crane, all polished up. Has not been resprayed. It actually was, wire brushed right down. Took all the old silver paint off of it, and it was actually polished. So yeah, it's come out really nice, this one. I don't know why Corgi didn't actually put a seating unit in this model, because it seems a bit slapdash to me. I don't know why they didn't put the old seating unit in there, but that's Corgi, I suppose. Penny pinching again. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this and you want to watch another video again, I'll be back with a new one in a couple of weeks' time, I expect. So thanks for watching. I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks' time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.